If you get a pop-up, you need to accept it. Hi all, good evening. So 4th, 2021, we are starting the learning on front-end web development. Front-end web development. So the three building blocks of front-end web development is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I want to highlight a point. JavaScript and Java are nowhere connected. So what is the need of HTML and what it does? HTML is responsible to display data in a web page. And I know everyone knows the full form of it. CSS is responsible for styling the web contents. Contents which is being played by HTML. It might be in the form of font, the size, color, place, and many things. JavaScript is responsible for client-side event handling. So we learn all these things. We learn the basic fundamentals, what is they are responsible for, and let us understand very clearly what is client-side. That will be in the JavaScript session. This session is very clearly to make you people understand what is the role and responsibilities of these three components on a front-end development. Client-side event handling, or it might be, you can call it as dynamic content on front-end. Example, mouse events, keyboard events, and many more. These are the roles and responsibilities of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Let me save it in the known location. Okay, fine. So let us learn or understand what is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript is responsible for. The next sessions will be on specific to HTML contents, how to write it. So for now, don't worry, we'll be taking 3 notepads. First one will be HTML. Second, we'll be creating a CSS. And the last one, we'll try to take a JavaScript file, all the 3. So let me begin with HTML. So don't worry about the syntax as of now. So my favorite one is mark tag to explain this introduction. HTML tag. So as I mentioned, this will be explained in the HTML session. So this is just an introduction. We'll have an HTML tag, a head tag open, a head tag close, and then a body tag open and a body tag close. You need to have one HTML tag, one head and one body. Don't keep on adding head and body as number of times you need it. It's not a good practice. And I'll take one more tag, mark tag open, mark tag close. Breaking news. This is my HTML. I'll save it as index.html. This is my HTML. So let me go to the browser. I'll press Ctrl O, the shortcut key in the keyboard. Now let us jump into the folder where we have that file saved. So we can see this tag moving from right hand side to left hand side. So let it move in the same direction. We'll learn about other things when we learn in detail the HTML. So this is my HTML. Now I want to have a red color for this. And I want it to be with a font size of 40. So how do we achieve it? That is achieved with the help of CSS. Marquee tag, the selector, the color is in red, and the font size is 40 pixels. I know it's very bigger. I need to save this in CSS. Let me call it as style.css. This is my CSS file. So will it be applied to my HTML? I'll refresh it. No, it's not applied. Now let me go to HTML now. I need to link it. Link, it's a self-closing tag. Relation and href. Two attributes. It is a style sheet which is getting linked, and it is known as style.css. Style.css. This is the extension. Save your file and refresh it. Now you can see the change here. This is what CSS is responsible for. Now, I want to know what is this breaking news is all about. For now, it's a front-end development, so I'll code it. So if I take the mouse over it, it is not changing. So I want to change this. I want to have what is that breaking news is all about. Now I'll go to the JavaScript file and I'll start programming with that. So here I'll be writing a script code that is a function. Function. I'll name it as fun one. You can name whatever you want. I'll write one more function. And this will be saved in the form of JS. I'll call it as main.js file, which stands for JavaScript. The first thing which I need to know is what is this will be doing and when. When the mouse is taken over it, it should stop or it should change the content. Let me work on content now. And I need to make the necessary changes in my HTML, and accordingly I'll play around with my JavaScript code. So side by side, let me keep it, and let me start writing all the necessary marquee. I need to have an ID for this, which should be a unique one. I'll call it as MQ. And there are two events which I need to handle. One is on mouse over, on mouse out. First event is handled by the function fun1. Second event is handled by fun2. So I'm ready with the HTML part. Now JavaScript will take care of the rest of the things. I'll take a variable x, or you can call it as an object, is equal to the document dot get element by ID, which is MQ. The same line should be repeated since it's a local variable. We'll learn all these things in JavaScript sessions. So both of them, so what is that it will be doing? This object, inner HTML, must be modified when the mouse is taken over it. When the mouse is taken out of it, I want to change it. So it is India won the match. That is the breaking news. Second one, object.innerHTML. I'll go back to the same one. That is breaking news. Let's see whether it works. I'll save it. This is mine. On the right hand side, it is JavaScript. On the left hand side, it is HTML. So let me go to the browser and let me refresh it. Very much necessary. The event is not able to recognize why HTML should know where is that it is located. It is an external file. I'll write a script tag, open, script tag, close. Very, very, very important. Open and close. CSS, it's a self-closing tag, whereas script is a open and close tag. And here, SRC is required, which stands for source. Source of the JavaScript is main.js. As you observe, head tag is having it. Now, after making the necessary changes, I'll save it and it won't work because I need to refresh it. Now, you can see this. I'll take the mouse over this, give on the match, out. But I want to even change the color. JavaScript is handling this. That is the event, taking the mouse over it or moving out. So I want it to be on a click event. Let's try to do that. But let me program it along with it. So I want to change the color also. Object dot style dot color is equal to green. Let me save this only in this part. Now let me see whether it works. It's gone. Okay, let me refresh this. You can see it is breaking news. If I take the mouse over it, it will change the content, also the color. But if I take the mouse out, content is changed but not the color. Then you are responsible to even code that. You are responsible for everything to be coded. So I need to go back to the color. Red. So let me refresh this again. Now it is red color. Green, which is handled by CSS. Content is handled by HTML. Both can be modified with the help of JavaScript. That is the beauty of JavaScript or any libraries or framework which we might learn in future. But what is that we need to remember is JavaScript is a client side and it should be enabled in your browser. Let me go to settings and let me search for JavaScript. It's a single word. And here it is. So if I go to JavaScript here, now it says it is allowed. If your browser is blocking the script, if I come back and refresh, you can see this icon. Let me take the pointer. You can see this one. It says that it is blocking the JavaScript or any libraries which is followed. Now, it won't work. And one more thing, how can you understand whether it is working or not working is developer tool. Favorite for any web developer. Can you see this? You might get an error here also. It's not working. It's not working as expected. Okay. So what is that I need to do? I need to enable it. So if you don't find your JavaScript is not working, make sure that you enable it. Now, it works. So this is very important. When it comes to script and if it is enabled or not enabled can be handled easily by having no script tag. No script. This works only if the script is disabled. Kindly enable the JavaScript in your browser settings. To view this page fully. We can handle many things here. Review this page fully. Now let me go and do this. I'll refresh it. It's working. Let me reopen the tag which I closed. and I'll block this. Now you can see, kindly enable the JavaScript in your browser setting to view this page fully. You can handle many things. It's not working. Events are not working. So this is what we need to understand. This is how we can differentiate that it is a client-side scripting. It is not server-side scripting. AMP script, SSJS, PHP, Ruby, Python, and many other languages are server-side scripting. We'll come to that point later. So let me recap. HTML is responsible to display the data on a web page. To style them, we need CSS. To handle the events on the client side is where we need JavaScript language. With this, I'll be ending this recording. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you.